Hello, hello, my beautiful sacred masculines and anybody else who finds their way to this channel. Thank you so much for joining in with me for this little quickie. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today is quickies. I talk a lot about sacred sexuality, and I don't know if you've been following along, but I just did a big series on sex magic, which entails a lot of ritual, a lot of intention, a lot of bringing different elements in to really support the ritual and to support the moving of the sacred sexual energy and putting intention out into the world, out into the universe to support your aligning with all that you want to have in your experience, body, mind, spirit. And the more we get our energy in alignment with that and harness our beautiful, powerful, creative life force sexual energy, the more we harness and utilize that with intention, the more we can just really start creating. I don't want to use the word manifesting. It's been so overused, and we're not manifesting, we're aligning. We're aligning with things that are already a part of our reality. If it's in our heart and we're dreaming it, it's a part of our experience. We just need to align our frequencies and our energies to what's already here. Everything is existing right now in this present moment. Our frequencies are out of alignment with a lot of what we truly want and desire. So it's getting clear on what we desire, and then it's aligning our frequencies with that, which usually involves like doing spiritual practices to clear the energies that aren't aligning. But we harness our sexual creative life force energy in sex magic to clear energy. We can do it for that, but also to help us align with what it is that we're wanting to experience in our world. So but it just made me realize I also want to be very clear that we can be extremely intentional with quickies or with any sensual and sexual encounter that we find ourselves in, whether that be just with ourselves or with a partner. It doesn't have to be a huge ritual. We can still be very intentional. We can still be very present. Sacred sexuality is all about being present and intentional with our energy, honoring the gorgeous, beautiful, sacred feminine, sacred masculine energies within ourselves and with our partner if we have one. So that's just, again, being present, being intentional, being clear, and recognizing the beauty of the experience, recognizing the beauty in our partner. It doesn't have to be some big woo-woo ritualized thing all the time. If it did, like, oh my gosh, that would be a little exhausting, because a lot of work goes into creating a ritual or getting very intentional with the whole breathing together and doing, a lot of aligning with the energy, being very intentional with the energy, but it doesn't have to look like that every time. It can just be, again, getting present. Just, when I love doing the big ritual. I love doing the more intentional breathing and aligning of the energy with my partner and having that experience. It's gorgeous and beautiful, and doing, ritual before and then really getting, doing a big closing thing. So that is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love that. But if it always needed to be that, that's a little exhausting. And sometimes we just have this gorgeous sexual energy that we're just like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. So that's amazing. And I'm not saying anything that's like, don't do quickies, or always be super ritualistic around your sacred sexuality. No. Just be present with that energy. Be present with your partner. Be present with self-pleasuring. And what I like to do always, I'm always just present. I'm present, and I'm very present in connecting with my partner. Not often fantasy, not often, and fantasy is fun too. So, I don't want to completely poo-poo that, but, I hope you follow where I'm going. It's just being intentional and being clear and being present with our partner or ourselves, Again, like I said, when I'm having those experiences with partners where it's just like, yeah, let's just do this. It's getting juicy and it's feeling it, and just, it doesn't need to be a big thing. Like, let's just go for it, right? Like, I just want to feel you inside, just like, Ooh. So I just get very present with my partner, and I open to the energy moving, and I intentionally, consciously move the energy. I'm doing that always, and always breathing intentionally with it. And then when there's a release, when we're released for orgasm, etc., I intentionally offer that energy into whatever it is I want to offer it to. And sometimes it's just very simply, for the spiritual benefit of all beings, offer it to the universe, offer it to the sacred feminine, sacred masculine, offer it to sacred union. It can be that simple. It doesn't have to be a big thing. But again, really the idea of sacred sexuality is getting very present with our energy, getting conscious and aware of it instead of just being, off in fantasy in an unhealthy way. And of course we can be very conscious and intentional with role playing and fantasizing in that way with our partners, so long as they know, right? It's when we're with a partner and we're off in fantasy that our partner isn't even aware of. That's kind of like, I had a teacher that said previously, like, that's just using somebody else to masturbate. That's not sacred sexuality. That's not union in that sense, and being connected and present with your partner. That's it's kind of a yucky energy. So that's what we're talking about here. Just being present, and just, again, communication too. If you want to have those fantasies, let your partner know, like, this is what's going on in my mind. That's sexy. And see where they're at with that. So communication, intention, presence, that's what it's all about. And then within that realm, we can play with so many different varieties of how our sexual energy wants to express and play and create. So a really important piece of sacred sexuality is not shunning or shaming any of our sexual expression, owning it. And again, those fantasies that you have, if you're shy about sharing them, that's okay, but try to get to that place where you're more okay with doing that, and with a partner who accepts you and is open to that. That's a very important piece of sacred sexuality. Too much of our energy has been hidden and in the dark and in a shameful place. So being on this path with somebody who is also wanting to be intentional and conscious and aware and present with you and what turns you on. We need to get into alignment with partners who are also in alignment with what we want and desire, and what our passions are, what our turn-ons are, and that involves communication. So yeah, that's what we're talking about here. But come as you are, bring it all in. It's all juicy and delicious. Just get very present with it. Get very courageous and confident with what it is that turns you on. But I just don't want us to get hung up on, like, oh, it always has to be this really big ritual and stuff. I don't want you to think that that's what I'm saying, because I'm not at all. There's plenty of times where I'm just like, let's just go. I don't need a big to-do about it, but it's all fun. And the idea also is to have a variety, to play with ritual and a bigger thing, and connecting more breath work with your energy or with your partner. Play with those things in addition to quickies, or whatever. It doesn't have to be a quickie even, but it doesn't have to be, again, just play and try new things. If that speaks to you, open up to different experiences. So I just wanted to bring that in. And again, this is going to be a quickie, so I'm at 8 minutes. I'm going to stop that right now for thank you so much for being here, and for more resources to support you on your sacred sexuality journey, be sure to check out my website for sessions that I offer, upcoming program, pilgrimage to India, that's going to be just really, really, really gorgeous. And will be a lot of ritual. Let's see, and be sure to explore my YouTube channel for so many more videos and content and discussions around sacred sexuality and around our sexual energy, and just moving that and opening to it, and the exploration of what that looks like. Oh my gosh, this really large lizard is just walking over here. That's maybe the biggest one that I have seen. Bali has lizards everywhere, geckos, I guess, and different, I don't know all the types, but that was the biggest one I've seen, and it was really awesome. I just wasn't expecting that. And the sun is coming down, so I'm not sure how the lighting is for you, but just working with what I got. Thank you all so much for being here, and sending you much love and sensuality in all of your endeavors. Bye all.